Do it.
Wait. No. I'm going to wait for this thing to start streaming live before we start making fools of ourselves. Okay, because I want this recorded for posterity.
This will increase the viewership if if we make fools of ourselves live on camera. So
then we should be ahead already.
So I think we're on. So
I think we're live.
So yes, so we're back with Destiny at Duroon is what I've titled this chapter, and I just want to see what you guys remember of where we're going and what we're doing and what's our immediate goal, at least. Does anybody remember anything, or should I just do a recap?
The defector told us about the weapon, right? That we had to go. There's a weapon, I think, and it turned out it was in the same planet where the Jedi Master who'd been communicating with Ansari lived. So it was a nice coinkydink, or we're guided by the Force. We don't know
exactly.
Biblios.
Exactly. Like so the previous session, you guys picked up an Imperial defector by the name of Ariana Reese. Who had promised a rebellion that she had some secret information. You went to this planet. It
was a cloaking device for the TIE fighter. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Right. For the Phantom, yeah.
It's picked her up after a speeder chase. She works for like a liaison between the Empire and Cyanar Fleet Systems, which makes TIE fighters. And it turns out that the Empire has gone back to trying to do an advanced TIE fighter, codenamed TIE Phantom, which has a cloaking device. And she sort of gave the Alliance the idea that she had the plans, but it turns out she doesn't, but she knows where to get them. And so she told you that there is a planet called Byblos, which happens to contain a repository of Imperial data, right? Similar to the planet Scarif, which blew up, right, in some time ago before the Battle of Yavin. So this is like a backup data center. And she has told you that if you can get here quickly enough, right, before like a complete galaxy-wide notice of her defection goes out, she can sneak in and get the data for the Phantom.
Oh yes, her credentials are still good, we think,
for a little while. She also she tells you that she has stolen her superior's credentials, so she knows like her login passwords and stuff like that, and so she's pretty confident that if you get her to Byblos, she can do the thing. But also it turns out that the Padawans were looking at a holomessenger disk containing the last known transmissions of Jedi Master Fontar, and the last place where he transmitted from was actually Byblos, right? And so there might be a connection there. Your master Ansari lost track of Fontar after Order 66, but his last transmission came from here. So there might be a connection there. And so I take it we're all headed to Byblos.
Yeah. We decided to go that way. Was her superior? Was that Moff Johanna Kree, or is that just the person that's in charge of the program?
That's like the overall right now. Okay. She stole the credentials of her immediate superior.
Oh, okay,
who's not
I gotcha.
That high up, an Imperial captain of some kind.
Right, cool.
But since they work as liaisons to Cyanar, she should have access to the data that you need. And so you've been making your way over there for a bit. Have you told her about this, or let's just start it off. So the ship is on approach to Byblos, which you can see behind me in the as my background. It is a citadel world, right? It's a city-wide planet, or a planet-wide city rather. and it is considered an imperial stronghold, right? So it is a heavy imperial presence. Throughout the journey here, Ariana has been working on at the ship's machine shop, right? And she's been hacking a code cylinder for accessing her stuff. And she tells you, I've managed to modify this device to obscure my chain link code, and it should provide false credentials. I think this should be fine. We just need to land and get me to the data tower, and just get the data and leave.
Simple. That sounds easy.
I have been enjoying the shoulds and will probablys immensely
most
from
likely,
the co-pilot's chair. It's like, should, okay.
Dawn of qualifiers.
Don't worry, guys. The force will guide us.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. She tells you, this is an imperial planet, but it's also a commerce hub, right? So there's an enormous amount of traffic. I don't think they'll be looking too deeply at what comes in and what goes out, but we'll be able to blend in with enormous crowds of travelers from all over the galaxy. The real security is going to be at the data tower itself.
Do we have a sense of how close we can get to it?
She says there's multiple access points, so there's multiple access towers. So it's just as soon as you get clearance to land, it's locate the nearest access tower and just go to it. And so
we need Bob to fly casual.
Well, yes, but Bob also needs to answer a question for me here. I couldn't help but notice how hot the reception was when we went to Jeddah. It's almost like we were flying the rebel flag as we're sailing in. So I'm wondering, do we have an alternate ship registry so that we might be able to fly casual?
Alternate ship registry? No.
Yes, can we alter the ship registry, Bob?
We could try.
More
not filling me with confidence, Bob.
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah.
Should be able to.
Altering the ship registry. Well, remind me, what skill does this fall underneath?
The mechanics or computers. Probably computers.
Probably it, which nobody has. Yeah.
Well,
none of us are slicers, and none of us are gearheads. So that's why I'm bringing it up now as we're approaching the planet. Oh, by the way.
Well, this is something we could have thought of beforehand.
Well,
why don't you give it a shot?
I was about to say, don't we have a droid?
We have a droid, and we have Ariana, who's a slicer, so she can, she.
Okay.
We can say she's spoofed the code, right? Because otherwise, this will be a real short ride.
Oh, it's those guys. Arrest them.
Yeah. So
I glare at you. I was like, I didn't exactly paint the symbol on the underside of the ship either.
Yeah.
We're afraid of it.
So next time we dock at Alliance Base, we should have the registry wiped. There are technicians at the base which should be able to handle this.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you very much. So I continue to just fly casually, and now just slightly less confident than I was a moment before. Really irritated with most of the members of my crew. I now deemed completely worthless.
I'm receiving a transmission.
I'll just gaze at him unblinkingly because I have no lids, and maybe it's a look of fondness in my crimson eyes.
All right, put it on speaker, Mac.
Nice sound effects.
Yeah.
Attention, Chandrila Dawn. This is Biblos Flight Control. You have clearance to dock at the outer perimeter of Tower 214.
Acknowledging Tower 214. Yeah.
Some coordinates are incoming, right? And Ariana says, well, I'll just check, see the nearest tower, the nearest access point that we can get to. Meanwhile, you are assigned a landing pad. Let me show you the landscape, what it looks like, and let's share that screen.
Is our pad on the ground, or is it up way up high with no guardrails?
So this is a view of the city, right?
Okay,
cool,
awesome.
You know, from overhead, and there's Tower 214 clearly marked. And I believe I can show you a close-up of that as well, which is here. Do you see the close-up of the tower?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
All right. So these towers, they're hollow, right? So there's an internal ring and an external perimeter, and you've been assigned to one of the external perimeters.
So we are in fact way up high with no guardrail, right?
Of course, we're just no guardrail. There's like little struts protruding out, right, and landing pads in the middle of the void, right? Yeah, like so hundreds and hundreds of
protect. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's perfect.
Like looking out the cockpit, it's like just like home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. And
Ariana turns to you and says, "Well, we're in luck. There is a tower. It's adjacent to this one, so all we have to take is the speeder rail, and it'll take us over there, and I can do my thing. We some of you should accompany me, but we can't have a huge like crew because you guys have the Sons of Alderaan with you in the ship." But she says there's no way we can, it's a party of 12. It's not going to work, right? So we need to be discreet about this.
Discretion is our middle name.
Yeah, I glare. I instantly glare at Max who says the word discreet.
And also, you can bring personal arms, but I don't know if I don't think blaster rifles and such carried out in the open are going to be allowed. At least, sidearms should be fine.
Yeah. So I got my pistol strapped to my leg. Okay, I don't regret this. I'll go.
Anybody have an extra sidearm? Because Max doesn't have one.
I just instantly say no, even though I'm sitting there with one on my thigh and two up my sleeves. It's like, no.
All right, my knife it is.
Well, you have Sons of Alderaan here, right? So somebody's got to have a.
I just point to a random one. I just go, does anybody have a? And as mid sentence, I just take the gun out of his holster.
So.
As he does that, mm-hmm. the little compartment that has like dropped from the ceiling that has a sidearm, and I just look at him, I push the button, it slides back up, and I just shake my head. Whatever.
So, during the journey, Ariana has, cleaned up her suit that she was wearing. So it's a business suit. It's not an Imperial suit, but she was at a meeting. So, it should pass as proper dress to wherever you're going. As you step off the landing platform, there's ships of all kinds and sizes all throughout the perimeter. Within the inner ring, there are, repair facilities, as are there here in this outer ring for the larger ships, right? So there's also cranes and, multiple droids flying on repulsor drives, of like, including enormous droids, right? Repairing ships as you go. So this is a very... crowded starport. you make your way down one flight, and there is a station of the speeder rail. As you're waiting on the station, she asks, is there anything, other than the phantom data, is there anything else that you think the Alliance might need that I can? There's limits to how much I can carry without triggering alarms, right? And besides, there's a reason they need a whole planet to store these data tapes, right? They're clumsy, so
right, exactly.
you'll have to choose. Yeah.
So this data on their tech is what's on this planet.
Imperial data of all sorts, right? This is like, imagine an external hard drive, right, where you would store all your data and just put it outside. Well, this is the galactic scale hard drive that they use to backup drive for all their data, right? So most of this data is in Coruscant. It used to be in Scarif, and this is yet another backup facility. So.
Okay.
And it's all connected with Ethernet cable.
Could we find it? Would they log here any prisoners that they would have taken on this planet, or any manhunts that they're doing?
Call.
Yes, they should have. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Anybody in particular?
We're
Look at that guy.
for an Ithorian Jedi named Fontar.
I see. And what do we know of this Fontar?
Well, and I guess, well, we don't know much, but I can show her the image of the guy, and I can tell her he's an artist, and we know what planets he's been to.
Okay, so you share the holo data with her,
right?
And she says, I believe that data includes the name of the ship, the Sanctuary.
Right.
And
okay.
so she
That's
says,
good.
well, if the ship transmitted from here, there must be some record of that. And there might still be a record of a flight plan. So I'll see what information I can gather from the Imperial facility. And as having shared this information, the speeder rail pulls in. Now imagine there's parallel cables, which would make the equivalent of like a railroad, right? But it's imagine two enormous, ridiculously enormous cables strung between towers. And this speeder train, consisting of multiple cars, right, linked by power couplings. So it's the lightning thing, like what keeps the pod racer pods together, right? So imagine this lightning couplings maintaining together a bunch of cars.
So they're not mechanically connected at all. They're just kind of held together.
They're just held together by this power thing, right?
Nice.
And no one can pass between cars when they're in motion without risking life and limb.
Of course not, because that would be safe, and
this is my favorite form of transportation ever.
Yeah,
safety,
at least their tongue would be somewhat numbed.
Exactly. I mean, safety seems to be outlawed in the Star Wars galaxy, so safety regulations. So
I love it. That's cool.
And so you board the third car, and you commence to ride over to the Axis Tower. So who has come along in this expedition? All four of you?
I think that.
Okay. Excellent.
Team of five scholars sounds good to me.
And I specifically have come along because I don't trust Max to not start shooting people without a little bit of guidance. Like overall, just try to look like you're not here to kill people.
Wait, so you want
good instincts, Bob?
You want him to shoot people with guidance?
With guidance, don't just start. Try not to look like you're there to kill people right off the bat. That's it. We left everybody else on the ship And as we start to go in the car, I just kind of lean over to Ariana and say, just out of curiosity, I know you have your supervisor's clearance, and that should, in theory, allow you to grab the data on this Phantom without raising any alarms. However, if you start to poke around looking for their friend, any chance the security protocols might start beeping if somebody's requisitioning information on the prisoner without the proper clearance?
Well, there is a risk to everything, but keep in mind this data that they've shown me is almost pre-Empire, right? This actually the transmissions are in effect pre-Empire. This is a few days before Emperor Palpatine was declared emperor. She wouldn't say ceased; she would say was declared emperor. So, this data is 20 years old. I mean, I don't think it'll be marked. You can never say one way or the other, but it's highly unlikely it'll be marked as high priority after all these years.
Okay, I just turned around to my fellows. What could possibly go wrong? We'll be fine.
Oh, excellent.
Well, I'll continue this conversation by leaning in the other side and talking out of the side of my very small mouth. What about inserting false information?
Well, that is riskier, but I suppose it's manageable. What did you have in mind?
Oh, just kind of changing information about known rebel operatives that that are in the system to increase their survivability. I think this would be a fantastic opportunity for that. So if we don't set off any alarms doing what we're here for, and we don't set off any alarms doing what Jaster and I are here for, then let's try not to set off alarms by doing this other thing, which could really benefit the rebellion and get you in really good with the people that you might have upset by your exaggeration.
All right. I suppose that might be possible. Do you have any specific names of anybody that you'd like to do this for, or are you any of you experienced in computer operations that might assist me with such a task?
The name is Bigitilzibak, sometimes called Bob. Computer operations? No, I'm not. No.
Well, all right. In that case, I'll see what I can do. I make no promises. I'm pretty sure retrieving data is easier than implanting data, but I'll try and see what I can get. And this train, is full of all manner of aliens, right? All manner of life forms, and ships are flying by, in the sky all over the place. You see the occasional stormtrooper patrol, like scout trooper armor, right, on different types of speeder bikes. Different models of speeder bikes. You see a couple of Viper droids, just like moving in the opposite direction of the rail. And eventually the ship, the speeder reaches its destination. Ariana leads you as you disembark, up a flight of stairs, around, multiple corridors until you get to a section clearly marked with the Imperial device. There are two stormtroopers standing guard, and she says, "You're probably better off waiting here. I'll proceed on from this point." And she approaches the stormtroopers, presents her code cylinder, which is scanned, and she is allowed inside. And you are left to stare at the stormtrooper pair for a little bit of time.
I smile winningly.
There's few aliens. There's few alien, I shouldn't say alien. There's few non-human species, right, at this section. The Empire is not known for its, acceptance of other species. And everybody who goes in and out of this section is clearly human. And so a bit of time passes until eventually Ariana comes back out again, and she's carrying a case, right, about yay big with a handle in it, which are data tapes, clearly. And she nods at you and, continues walking down the corridor, expecting you to join her.
Right.
And she says, I managed to procure the data that we came for, including your additional request. However, security was too tight for me to alter existing records.
What flight plans?
Guys, what?
How about flight plans?
Well, there's she looks around, making sure nobody's here as you're making your way to the rail station, right? And she says, I got the data on the Phantoms, but it's encrypted. I'm working on decoding it. However, the flight log data for a ship named Sanctuary was recorded. It is a Hammerhead cruiser, 30 years old, and logged its flight plan as coming from Rendili, Belassa, and then Exodine, and then Byblos, and logged a flight plan to the planet's, to the system's Kolar, then Duro, then back to Coruscant. And I've been thinking about it, and I don't recall the Kolar system. Duro, of course, we all know the system, right? Because Il is a Duro, and Coruscant is Imperial Center, right? But this Kolar system, it doesn't ring a bell. You might have to check your flight computers to see if there's any information on this planet.
Gentlemen, Ariana seems to have misplaced an entire system.
Well,
at least it doesn't come to mind to her, right? Because the other two systems are fairly well known.
This really isn't my long suit, but it's the sort of thing that I'm expected to know. I even gain an advantage to this sort of check.
So let's have you roll.
My pitiful pool.
Yeah. You know what?
This is what you're talking about, astrogation?
It would be either astrogation or knowledge, lore, any sort of knowledge check, right? I'm trying to see how we could do some sort of graded information, because you might be able to. So I'll just give me a hard check, which is 3 purples. But if anybody else has astrogation, they can assist. And what I'll do is we'll see how many uncanceled successes you get, and that might provide additional information. So we'll handle it a little bit different than usual.
Well, it's I don't know if you're looking at the dice, but there's a fine line. So here we go. No one can assist.
I got 2 greens in each. I'm not trained in either.
I'm the same, unfortunately.
Does Bob have any training?
In which skill? I'm sorry.
Either knowledge or
Astrogation.
astrogation.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
Okay. Then
How about
But,
how about the droid?
Bob,
No,
Never mind. We're fine.
they're far, far away. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Always
So that's
bring
3
the Doros.
successes and 3 threat.
Always, yeah.
Always bring the Doros. All right. So so that's a pretty good success, I would say. And what you know is, it also makes sense because you're from Duro, right? So you've seen the navigation data to get here. So you know the location of Byblos in relation to Duros and Coruscant. And it's obvious to you that there would be no reason to detour to Kohler, because as a matter of fact, Kohler is deeper into the core, and navigating there is harder than your usual, well-traveled route. It's not really a system that is known for anything. As a matter of fact, you don't recall anything being there. So why waste fuel and time going to Kohler when you could go directly to Duros, right? And the other thing you seem to remember is, as far as you remember, that's a red supergiant star. And that's all you know about it. There's no real economy. There's no local inhabited planets. It's just a star and, asteroids and, debris and such. Why would anybody go to Kohler?
Looks like we're going there.
Which makes Bob whip his head around. Like, what? So one thing's for sure, though. If you did set up any alarms, we're gonna have a really fast reception.
Yeah. So, by you're let's the skill that's used for force. Is there something that we could roll for intuition?
Well, usually it's discipline. Usually it's discipline. We got foresee in the team. We got sense, basic skill in the team.
Yeah. So but this is more like intuition.
Perception.
I would think wouldn't foresee apply or no?
It might.
Because that's just a force check.
So Il can do a force check. Jaster should do a perception check. Let's do a hard perception, which is 3 purples. Okay. For both. I think for both. You do.
All right, so I'll add the force die to the perception check then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I'll get rid of my boost die for astrogation because I'm not astrogating. And I have a question. Our flight time here, was it sufficient to recover our strain?
Yes.
Okay. And the 3 threat that I generated on this memory, do you want to use it or let it slide?
No, I think we'll let it slide.
Okay. I have failed with advantage, and I gain a dark force point, which I do not feel like converting to the light side. No, I changed my mind. I will convert it. I will take.
Got a success.
And the conflict and convert it.
Flip our destiny point.
So you will convert it, and you need to pay a destiny point and take 1 stress. Correct. All right. So here's what happens. Jaster, suddenly gets the idea. Red supergiant fire. It's a large ball of fire, right? And Master Fontar was painting a planet that was stone. Painted a planet that was water, painted a planet that was air. It's a ball of fire, right? So maybe he's going there to paint a ball of fire. Right. Il gets a vision of a massive red giant star, and you see the wreckage of a ship adrift in space. Sort of like the ball of fire's in the background, and you sort of see it crossing across
and that
illuminated.
explains the stress, and he's probably all sweaty and all right.
I'll kind of like get out of the co-pilot's chair for a minute, and instead of just walking
you're
smoothly
not,
like I. Oh right. We're on the.
You're at the rail. You're at the speeder
rail. So I'll just lean out, and put my hand on Jaster's shoulder, like to steady myself for a minute, and just whisper to him, just for him, we may be too late.
No, not again. Still have to go.
Yeah. And so
just
Ariana
don't tell Bob.
Yeah. So Ariana is working on the case of the data tapes and says, hopefully there's readouts in here. There should be at least the basic schematics of the ship. This should contain the names of everyone involved in the project. If I can just break the code and the security encryption, and if I can't, I'm sure there'll be enough technicians at your, at the Rebel base to facilitate this process. And as she's unscrewing the thing, suddenly a light turns on within the case with the data tape on it. Yeah. And
she goes, literally, Bob was just about to say, "You sure you want to do that here?" And then I was like, "What kind of uh-oh is that? Uh-oh, like."
Oh no. This.
Oh no.
They better not be deleted.
Yeah. No, it's not. I think I might have tripped an alarm.
An alarm?
Well, then let's run.
Great.
And you're on a rail, right? So you're like in the third car of this lightning rail, and so you see a Viper droid approaching from the side of the car, right? It's coming up from the back, and in the distance you see a speeder bike turn around, a couple of speeder bikes turn around and begin to approach the car.
Max, I don't know whether to tell you to shoot her or shoot the droid. I say this plain out right out loud.
You let me know when you figure it out.
The droid.
I've got that ranging look as I'm examining the droid, and the obstructions between me and the droid. My fingers are twitching a little bit. I'm getting ready.
And I'm of course committing my force point because
So what is the plan, gentlemen? There seem to be security measures headed your way.
All right, we're in the car.
You're in the third car. Yes.
And it's open. It's open, right?
No, it's imagine like a trolley, I guess.
Disney World train.
So it's closed.
Yeah, it's like a
monorail.
It's like
a monorail, right?
It's like a monorail.
We'd have to leap from car to car.
You might have to leap from a car. Yes.
Which might be easier from the roof of the car.
It might be easier, or you could just open. There's doors in the front, right? So you could imagine a regular subway car, but you'd have to leap.
Yeah. So
I was just imagining the door and the power coupling would be very close together, but the roof, you've got more. When you miss, you've got more things to grab onto before hitting the power coupling. Was where my mind was going.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like struts and things on top of the car you could hang on to as well.
Am I able to open the door? Not the roof door, but just the regular door.
The regular door, yeah.
Okay.
So let's go. We should go to quick. Let's make our way forward to the front of the train. Maybe that way it'll be easier to get off when we get to the station.
I think okay, but I look at them but the cars, they're not necessarily connected by any kind of walkway, right? It's just that power of that beam.
Just
so to the front of the train, you mean we're going to jump?
They'd never expect it.
Come on, let's go. So at this point, is our plan to get up on the roof and jump on the top of the cars, or to jump and try to jump across this belt of of death towards I mean, God knows what's on the other side. You know, is there like a little platform about this big you jump on?
I mean, the thing is, we're on top of the cars. It's easy to fall off, right? Because
Okay.
So Max is going to check both, right, and immediately let everybody know what he assesses as the safer route, either going above or across.
Let Max assess safety. Okay.
Yeah, he's a soldier.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And soldiers cry.
Interesting.
Is that Ariana? Is that alarm in the case or just in the data tape itself? Like we can't just ditch the case, can we? Throw him off the trail? Something?
No, we. I'll try and shut it off, but this is the case.
No, don't touch anything. Stop.
well, they got eyes on us now, so we got to make our way out of here.
Okay, so what Max is able to determine is that it's probably easier to jump through the door to the next car, but it's slower because then you have to move through the car as opposed to going up on the roof, which is the jump is a little bit harder, but it's easier to just run through, right? There's no obstacles, there's no poles to hand on to, there's no people. So
Try to do the roof. On fire.
I mean, I relay that information and say, look, I'll cover either way. You guys get started. I'll stay behind, and then follow.
All right,
and I'm opening the side door, ready to.
I like this plan.
Whichever side is closer to the Viper.
I'm excited to be a part of it. I'll go to the roof.
All right, good. I'm following.
All right.
Let's go.
Everybody going up on the roof. All right.
How bad can it be?
So
can you give me a sense of range on both the bike and the Viper?
I'm gonna say there are the bikes. There's two bikes. These speeder bikes have sidecars, so there is like a two stormtrooper component in each bike. You know, there's one literally riding shotgun with his rifle in his hand, and the other is just driving the speeder bike. So there's two of those. Those would be at long range. And then the Viper droid is approaching, and it's floating by the side of the rail. That would be at medium range as we start this section.
So as soon as we get to the roof, I'm going to pop a shot at the Viper droid.
All right. So let us roll initiative. Oh my God, these guys are really good.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Excellent.
That's fantastic.
Excellent.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Great.
That's hilarious.
Hold on. Come on, kids. We are doing we're doing cool, right?
Into initiative. That's exciting.
I did vigilance, but
well, you probably can roll either. It doesn't.
Okay. Then
You know they're coming, so.
Then if we can do either, I'll add a yellow dice because why not?
Bob's cool. Can I roll the 3? Anytime.
You ended up rolling twice, Bob.
I did. Okay, yes, I didn't go through the first time, so ignore the second one, unfortunately.
So all I got was 4 advantages. So
yeah, so this is bad because the Viper droid goes first.
Yeah,
so
hang on.
Ooh.
Why is the Viper droid go first? I got 2
sorry
successes.
To be slow.
Oh, true. You got 2 successes. That goes all the way up to the top. That
and whatever I
true.
roll is going to have an additional success.
There we go.
Whoa.
I didn't see my own.
Okay.
I didn't see my own roll.
Ooh.
3 successes and a light side point.
So that's 4 successes.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So it's 2 PCs, 2 NPCs, and 2 PCs. So you guys open the doors.
Light side point. Oh, that's 5. Sorry. 5.
Yeah, I was about to say the light side's another one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even better. So you guys climb up to the top of the roof, and you can get, a clear sight of the Viper droid, and the speeders are still approaching.
What's the range on your pistols?
Medium.
Medium. Okay, me too. I'm imagining me as soon as I get to the roof, get down to one knee, aim, and either wait for to fire or I'll fire.
Okay.
Well,
so who goes first?
That's my signal. So as he's getting down on his knee to brace himself, I'll brace myself on his shoulders.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Incidental
shooting
cover.
At the
Human shield.
He's going for the droid, I believe.
Yes,
so
that's the only one in medium range.
It's the only one in medium range. The others are farther, right?
Yeah, those are long range.
We'll all shoot for the same thing.
Let's do this D&D style. Everybody kill one. Kill the same one.
All
right. Medium would be 2? No. Yeah, 2, right?
Yeah, medium is
2 purple.
Yes.
Any other adjustments?
Yeah, let's flip 1 point because why not?
Of course.
Because it's evil.
And I will aim. All right.
Yeah.
You okay with me rolling?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. How's that for a start?
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
Yikes.
How much damage is that? Yeah.
That would be
6 plus
10 damage plus a triumph. So I will crit with the triumph, and obviously all of that extends a boost to Ill's shot. So that's my advantage.
So you can roll a critical on the Viper droid because it is not a minion. Number 23 survey says off balance at a setback die to the target's next check.
Beautiful.
Excellent. That's pretty good. Where are my dice? Here. Oh. Okay, so you open fire on the Viper droid, right? And so you hit it and it sort of wobbles as it continues to try to approach. Ill. Are you kidding me? Wow, look at that.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty good.
It is remarkable in that you shoot, but you do not hit.
Listen. That I tell you, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that blue die to help me jump over. That's why
I'm actually keeping that to relieve some strain.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I feel good about myself is because we fired at the same time, and when I see the droid impact,
you think you hit?
I think that was me. It never occurred to me that was Max.
This happens a lot.
Max does say, if it makes you feel better, you were shooting where it was.
No.
Right.
And so it is now the droid's turn. It's one action to move from medium to short.
Depends on his speed. It's not really a vehicle. So it's just if we're just using personal scale, then it would just be one maneuver.
Yeah, let's just call it personal scale because otherwise it'll get really confusing.
Well, no, we wouldn't have been able to shoot if it's not personal scale. So.
Right. So in that case, it's 1 purple difficulty to hit. It's got a 1 setback dice because of the damage stuff you've done to it. As it approaches, you hear it the recorded voice say,
"Surrender your weapons. You are under arrest."
But it opens fire, and
thanks for the warning.
Take them alive. Shoot to kill.
Well, does that really make any sense? Let me see how they would handle it.
Absolutely.
Well, you've opened fired on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're stormtroopers.
Man.
I think it stands to reason. I think maybe it was saying that, and then it says,
Yeah, then I got shot.
Use of force is authorized in retaliation.
and it's going to shoot at you.
It's definitely going to shoot at me.
You know what? No. I'm going to stand by my initial assessment.
Drop your weapons. You are under arrest.
And it just hovers there and doesn't fire. The stormtrooper bikes, on the other hand, are approaching, and they have reached medium range. And that's also all they're going to do.
So I'm looking.
So it's next PC.
All this is firing. We've got the droid yelling at me and ill. I'm turning back and I'm seeing whether Jaster Bob and our new partner are they just standing there, or are you guys going to go?
No, good. No,
clambering up behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I have a lightsaber in one hand, and I'm going to help Ariana jump to the next car because I think I might have the best athletics here.
Okay.
You go right ahead.
Excellent. Let's make it an.
Take the case. Take the data tape. Get the data tape from her.
Let's make it a hard check. Why not?
Beautiful.
Although that's probably impossible for everybody else. Let's make it just an average check. Two purples to jump. But because there are stormtroopers there, I'm going to flip a destiny, so it's going to be 1 and 1. 1 red, 1 purple to jump.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and let go of the uncommit so I can use the force to help with this because anyway, we have a nice shield behind us so far.
Mm-hmm.
Maximum shielding.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it is with Max there. Yes.
Oh, nice.
It is a force leap. So he grabs her around the waist and he force leaps to the other.
Nice.
I turned to Al, I go, did you know he could do that?
Can you do that? Yes.
No blink. Yes.
Nice. So you're on the second car. The next car over is the
lead car,
driving car, the lead car, the machine, right? The machine.
Oh, I'm not lying.
I'm here for Bob jumping. Engine. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob. Well, Bob's jumping, and that's what you if you look back, you see that spectacular leap, and then you see this running, pumping grin, just cascading out there. I am absolutely flipping a destiny point because I don't want to die. Did that work? Did I flip one over?
Not yet. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Because I don't want to die because I'm going to roll my 1 green and 1 yellow. That's 2 purple. Listen, man, that's okay. I
thought you were just going to say 1 green, but then you followed with the yellow.
Standard athletics, yes. I got standard athletics, Okay, here we go. As Bob's pumping.
You got this, Bob.
Jumping.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Well, I mean,
but he's worried as hell. Yeah,
he probably landed wrong, right? That's the strain, right? He left well and kind of fell on 1 knee or something.
Yeah. he bangs himself up against the cart, but manages to.
But it was a great leap.
Yeah, but it was not. It was there was Jaster's like amazing, like just like supernatural leap, and then there's slamming down.
So I think those 3 are definitely stressed to Bob. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just banged up.
So back to the top of the order.
Looking up, realizing that's
I'm yelling at Il, go. Go.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot while I'm running.
Okay.
But I'm going to run. Okay, not this page. Here we go. Okay. And that's a little better.
Be a crit too, right?
Oh, is that the jump? Hang on.
That's the shot.
That's the shot.
Oh, that's the shot. So
I can crit
okay?
on a 3.
That's nice. You can crit on a 3. How much damage is that? 8?
That's 8.
Okay, and go for the crit.
Oh,
And it's gonna be
second.
And this whatever it is, it's gonna be plus 10.
Right.
That's true.
Oh. Thank God.
15.
This is not Mithras.
I've been playing too much 2d20.
Yes.
So it's supposed to drop whatever it has in its hand, but it's not dropping the blaster. So what I'll do is we'll give it 2 setback dice, because maybe it sort of knocks the droid around so it spins, right? The hand, the appendage with the cannon sort of spins, right? And so it has to realign. So we'll give it 2 setback in exchange for it not being able to drop the gun. And give me the jumping check at let's flip it, because it's a stressful situation. No, it's we'll make it average. 1 purple, 1 red, because I'm flipping a destiny point to make it harder.
I'm also going
You're
to
running and shooting, and so
flip. Yeah. It's fair.
See how he has mercy on Bob.
Oh,
look at that.
nice.
And a 72.
Nice.
And
Nice.
72.
Yeah. So it's a critical
I
jump.
stick the landing
and
like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you take a little bit of stress, because that was ridiculous, just shooting and jumping, and it's a jarring moment of disorientation, right? You shoot, and then you turn back, and it's there to do the leap, and you almost go over the edge. So excellent.
I'm literally going to do the same thing. What's the range now? Is he at short range, this droid?
He is. I forgot. He is at the short range. But right. I also forgot that he has a melee, a range defense dice. So it's 1 purple and 1 black to hit him.
I'm gonna be taking 2 maneuvers so I'm taking 2 strain.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add my aim, flip a point. So I'm looking at 2 green, 2 yellow, a boost, a 1 purple, 1 setback. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 8 from me.
And that's a hit.
So unfortunately, not a crit though. I would like.
But.
Go ahead.
But when you hit it, it explodes.
Right? Nice.
So what I'd like,
and so debris rains down on the, plummets down to the planet's surface, which is really, really, really far below, right? Yeah.
So seeing that I finished the job, I'd like to give myself a boost to my athletics jump.
Of course,
a little bit of confidence from the knowing that I don't have a threat behind me. Yeah.
So yeah, just to remind you as you do this, so it's like a failure would actually mean not falling to the pathway that the rail is on, but like falling to the planet's surface.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate the heads up.
You'd bounce off that a little bit. Okay, yeah.
Captain Junior GM, thank you.
No, I'm just saying, man. I'm painting the picture for what this looks like for us.
No, you're 100% correct. This is a very dangerous move.
Okay.
Yeah.
You succeed or die.
Right, exactly. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's a nice success.
Oh no, I guess the boost at least saved me a strain.
You whoever that was.
Yeah,
So now we just
all
have.
right. So
Is it?
So we just have
is, are the stormtroopers just one unit?
They're. Are we gonna do this in game speak? Because it seems to bother Ivan when we do it.
Okay, never mind.
So,
Do they seem to be working together, GM?
I guess you'll figure it out when they start shooting. That's exactly what they're gonna do. So it's 4 stormtroopers, right? It's 2 cars with 2 speeder bikes with sidecars, right? So they the guys in the sidecars start shooting as the stormtroopers try to align themselves with the train, but the train's still moving, so they're still at medium range. So
it's important to Ivan that we not call them minions.
It is important to Ivan.
It's kind of important to me too.
Yeah, I know.
And the terminal, I suddenly had this fear that the train fits neatly through a very small hole.
Yeah.
So we are rivals, so that's you should keep that in mind as well, because this thing is zipping along. It doesn't stop, right? It's headed there, but it's such a long way. So one of you is going to get hit. Let me roll to see who is going to take this shot. It's too bad this doesn't have like a D4 thing. So I'll go in order in my screen, and it's hitting. Of course, it's hitting Bob, because everybody loves shooting at Bob for some strange reason. So difficulty is 2 purple. Does Bob want to flip a light side point to make it difficult?
Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does.
Bob wants. All right. So we'll
flip that for me.
I'm going to flip that, and then it becomes one of these and one of these, and that's it. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's a good thing, Bob flipped that point.
Good flip,
because
Bob.
the blaster bolts are just like pounding the roof just behind Bob as Bob is running. So it's following him, the trail of blaster fire.
The question
but it
is,
doesn't actually hit. Yeah.
Is that going to translate into difficulty when I jump across the next one for the muff bounce? Is that what this is going to be?
It probably is, because with 2 advantages, you
can assign a setback.
Give you a setback dice. So yeah, you'll take a setback dice to your next action. And we now have 2 PC slots, so it's either Bob or Jaster.
Well, I want to try and keep running forward as far as I can to get her out of harm's way.
Yeah, right? Me too.
So,
sure.
There's no point if she doesn't escape.
Right.
I'm using his jumps as inspiration for mine.
Yeah, you could use probably a move action to get to the edge of the car, and an action to leap to the next car.
All right, let's do it.
Maneuver to get there, and an action to jump.
Yeah.
And it's I'm gonna flip one of those points to make it 1 red and 1 purple difficulty for you to jump.
Oof.
That was coming. I smelled it coming.
Well, we got 2 successes and a despair.
And a despair, but you make it. It's all that means, right? So and you do have an advantage, so that's not that bad. So you managed to jump from the second car to the lead car, right, where the engine is housed, right? This is the control car. Yeah. And you land on the roof with her. And as you do, the car comes to a complete stop, right? So the entire train just stops, right? And you almost lose your balance, but not quite.
Okay.
And so the car is now stopped.
It's not going to help. It's not going to help me at all.
So the entire train stops, right? And you can see the tower. You're not there yet. It's pretty far. So, and just as you do, you can see another Viper droid coming off in the distance. Okay, perhaps coming down the rail the other side, right?
All right. Since you were so gentle as to do this in my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and use an incidental to activate my defenses.
Nice. All right.
Uh,
And Bob, I guess, is the last one. So
Well.
Bob, the
Yeah.
rail just stopped, and
Rail
you
just
got a
stopped it.
setback from previously. So I'm going to
Okay,
give you
yeah.
another setback. Is what
Yeah,
I'm going
okay.
to do.
Excellent. Okay, so
But
setback then.
I'll be merciful. I
not-
won't be merciful. Why am I being merciful? Flip
Ah.
another
Awesome.
point to make it
Oh.
one red, one
Yeah,
purple, and two black die.
Yeah. Well, I'm flipping another one back. It's because my only hope. So yeah. So here we go. We've got green, yellow versus purple, red, two blacks.
The force is with you,
The
young
force
Bob.
force is with me, and Bob's just pumping and jumping. The train's come to complete stop, and my knowledge of physics comes, and this should make it easier. I'm still moving forward, and the train isn't,
That's
and
true.
I leave.
And you fail.
Long hang time.
But yeah, what that happens is that with the added speed, you clear the gap, and you fall on top of the roof of the car, but you sort of fall on your face and slide off, and manage to hang on to protrusion on the top of the car, right? So you're
There's
now
no handrails.
hanging.
Protrusion.
So
from
under my feet.
so it's like a device, right? It's like,
right. So please, for the love of
And
God,
so
under my feet there has to be nothing but air.
nothing but air.
straight-
Exactly.
straight,
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
I'm going to recommend
that's
Jaster
awesome.
takes the first slot, please.
So next round, it's Jasper takes the first slot.
I made it.
All right. So I'm gonna
So
go and
there's
help.
a Viper. Yeah, there's a Viper way off long range. There are stormtroopers at medium range, and there's Bob dangling from the side of the train.
All right. So I'm gonna go and try and pull him up.
Okay. That should be an athletics check, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't eat breakfast
And
this morning.
it's probably average. It's a weight, but he's helping. So
You want to give
it's
me
two
that boost?
purples.
You want to give me that boost?
Yeah,
Ivan?
he does.
Yeah, sure.
course he
That's
does.
amazing. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Uh-oh. You are Bob is heavier than he looks, is what this is telling us.
you gotta
So,
take it easy on that grass, man.
He's spending a little too much time on that pilot's chair. He needs to get up and do more exercise.
Jeez.
But the
Get
good
really
news is you
Perkins
have
there
some
on the top of that train,
advantages
huh?
there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has an advantage to climb. Maybe you can get. And I'll activate my lightsaber now.
Got like a no. I'm thinking looking at him with the lightsaber.
Why didn't you use two hands,
So I've got-
Jaster?
Yeah, so I've got like a leg hooked over the protrusion.
Yes,
now,
I'm,
like,
I'm
that's
pulling
funny,
him and.
like,
All right.
No. What? You have to mercy
So who
kill me,
gets
it'll
the
be
second
fine.
slot?
You know, pull yourself out.
Second
Bob?
slot.
Are the stormtroopers closing?
Yeah. I would say they
'Cause
are. They're moving to
I've
close
got this
range.
urge,
Yeah.
like I'm shooting Max the look, right? I've got this urge to make the jump onto
Yeah.
the speeder.
Yeah,
as
that's-
they
you and I
blow
are thinking the
past.
exact same
Right.
thing.
Sure. So they're up to close range. Yeah.
All right, then that's what I will attempt is
Yeah.
to make the leap, because once I land, I can draw a gun as an incidental and wreak some havoc and throw someone into the seat or something along those lines. But I gotta make the jump first, and if I don't, well, I died living life my way.
So here's what I'm imagining: is Il looks at Max, Il nods, I nod back, and I point to the left, and then I'm going to take right.
To the right. Excellent.
There's that
Excellent.
acknowledgement of we were thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I wink on the inside.
So I will make it the same difficulty. Two purples, but I'm gonna flip a die and make it one red, one purple for the jump.
Okay. I'm going to flip one back. It's nice knowing you.
Yep. Hell of a run.
Two. There we go. So again, it's a speeder bike with a sidecar. So there's like a strut connecting those. Where do you land? Where do you want to land? Because you do make it. So
as they go by, I'd like to wind up behind them. I've got a nice firm grip around the driver's like arm, shoulder, something like that, and my feet on the back of the sidecar and on the seat of the speeder bike.
Of the bike
itself.
Yeah, okay.
Because I want to have one arm free. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3-point landing.
So yeah, you do that. They both look back at you, and I think they turn to the driver, not the driver, the sidecar guy tries to bring the rifle up to bear to you, but you are in melee, engaged with them. Yep. Because of the jump. So that means that the difficulty is 2, right? Or is it upgraded?
I think it upgrades the difficulty, or does it increase the difficulty?
I think it upgrades.
Yeah,
maybe just a red.
Yeah, it goes to 2. No, it goes to 2. It increases.
It goes to 2 anyway.
It increases it. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll get 3 because he's shooting. No. It's short range, so he'll go to 2.
He'll go to 2, exactly, instead of 1.
Yep.
And I'm going to give him a setback die because he has to sort of move it's a big weapon, so he's sort of like in close quarters, swinging it around. Would you like to upgrade his difficulty to hit you?
I would like to upgrade his difficulty to hit me.
So flip that last point. And do I have his? Geez, these guys are good. So, that is not good. So that
the good news is you landed on the bike.
Oh, hang on. It's 9. 9 plus 4 is 13 damage. That's it. That's 13 damage, and you can tell me what to do with that stress, or with that threat, rather.
I'll think about that in a second. I have to do my math first. So 13 turns into 9 that I have to take. Okay. And I would like to give additional maneuvers to the people who are next.
All right. Okay. So, moving from long to medium is 1 action. I always get the movement.
Yeah, it's all personal scale, so it's just going to be 1.
It's all personal scale. All right. So the next one up is the droid, and it moves to medium, and it's going to shoot. And I think it's going to shoot at the guy with the bright green flashlight. Is it green flashlight?
Yeah.
It's a green lightsaber. That's a weapon prioritized by the droid's algorithm. So it's going to shoot at Jaster.
What range is he at?
It's medium range, so it's 2
reds.
2 purples. Oh, 2 reds because you upgrade?
Yeah, I activated my whatchamacallit.
That's true. All right. And so, I have no points. You have no points. So maybe I should flip one? Why not? let's flip it. Okay, here we go.
Jesus Christ.
And that's actually 2 plus 6 is 8 hits.
Okay.
To Jaster. And I think it's going to give a blue to the next group to act, to the stormtroopers probably. So
2 blue, right?
Oh, 2 blue. That's correct. So next up, we are back to the player slot.
I just Bob's just screaming. As Bob's screaming.
It has to
pull yourself up.
Well, yeah, I'm screaming because I'm hanging on by my leg. You can't pull my fat behind up, and now like you've activated the lightsaber. Now there's shots everywhere. This is not my day. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it's either you or me, Bob.
So it's Bob
Can you
or
pull
Max,
yourself up?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I pulling myself up? No, I'm not pulling myself up.
Why not?
I'm being shot at by an Imperial probe droid. I'm hanging on by my leg. I'm pulling my blaster pistol and I'm shooting at us. While upside down.
That's awesome. Do it.
Yeah, so I'm upside down shooting at this thing.
Oh.
So I can do that. Like my maneuvers to pull the blaster. Is that an acceptable maneuver?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. If this
I gave free maneuvers to the next PC.
Oh, that's right, free maneuver. So I'm gonna aim.
Give yourself an aim.
I'm gonna aim. Remarkably, while hanging upside down, I'm going to aim.
Triangulate fire.
That's exactly what I'm doing here. And which is good. So, did I remove?
Oh, and
I
the
removed the Destiny.
I'll put it back.
Oh, thank you so much. I am not going to use the Destiny, but I'm going to. And so, what's the difficulty of this unit?
The difficulty is 2, but it's 2, but I think I'm going to flip another Destiny and make it 1 and 1. Okay. 1 red, 1 purple.
And it's got a black die because it's a probe droid, isn't it?
Yep. Defense.
No. Yeah. For you to hit him, yeah, it has defense.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to flip one back. I'm going to go straight up. So, and I'm aiming, so I got a blue die. Okay, good. 3 green, 1 yellow, 1 blue, 1 purple, 1 red, 1 black. Bam. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
I didn't hit it.
Well, it's you're firing off. But you're forcing the droid to sort of like swerve around, right? So you could give it.
Yeah. Anybody got the idea for 5 advantages? What I would do
I'll take 5 boosts.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
That might work. Yeah.
All right. So, Max, all of this is happening at one time, and Max focuses on Il, sees Il take the jump, then sees Il get shot, sees Jaster taking fire, he gets hit. Bob thinks that firing upside down is a great idea. So but he is shooting at the droid behind me. So I'm assessing the threats. So I want to get on the other bike. But I don't know whether I'll have an opportunity to shoot before that. Or is just getting on the other bike going to be my only action?
I think we treated it as one action for Il.
Right.
And
so that's exactly
Jaster
what I'm going to do then.
So
I'm going to jump on the second bike.
Yeah, and I'm going to flip a destiny point to make it harder for you. So it's going to be 1 red and 1 purple.
All right. And then my athletics is 2 green, but I'm going to go ahead and take 5 boost.
And it's a good thing you did. Well,
good thing you did.
Still would have succeeded anyway. So yes, you managed to land. Where do you want to have landed at?
I'm on. Unlike Il, I didn't make it to the bike. I made it to the sidecar.
Okay.
And I want to be facing, so that I run, jump, and I land, and I'm literally, eye level,
face to face with
the trooper in the sidecar.
Nice.
So I'm
So I guess,
backwards, right. So I've got my back to the front.
Gotcha. So there's like, there's like angles on the thing where you can just rest your feet, right? And you're sort of riding it over, hunched over, with a hand on the lip of the car and feet in some level area in there, and your gun in your hand. And so we go back to the top of the the slide,
because
and we do it again.
Because my duty is personnel, I still try to pull the blasting cowboy up to the roof.
So we said before it was average check, so it's one. Yeah, so I'm gonna flip another point and make it 1 purple, 1 red.
All right, since there's so much white on the board, I'm gonna go ahead and flip another one.
Flip it back.
Flip it good. So that will give me 3 proficiencies versus 1 purple, 1 red. And let's see. All right, you're on the roof, man.
Yes.
Did you pick me up by my free leg? That's what I want to know. It's like, are you just yanking me up by my leg?
I jacked you up by your belt, by the back of your jacket, like military guys do, like the scruff of your jacket.
So originally he was like one hand helping, and then Bob grabbed him sort of like Jaster by the belt, and then he dropped him, so he was upside down shooting, and now he's managed to grab him by the jacket and the belt and put him up.
Right.
And you have 1 advantage there, which you can take for stress or do whatever.
No, I'm stress free, man. This has been very relaxed. I mean, I've been shot, but other than that, I'm stress free.
But you're experiencing the calm of the Jedi, and
right. Yes. And I'm gonna try to transmit some of that calm, hopefully to Il, who needs it for whatever he's gonna do next.
Nice. So that was the top of the order. That means there's another PC slot before the bad guys go.
I do need some calm, and I would desperately like to return fire. And it's to my advantage to go before they do.
Yep.
Go ahead, man.
Can I do it?
No, wait, I don't know. I'm good.
We're all
I'm on the roof, man. I'm on the roof. Hey, it's good.
Does Il get the advantage if he does it within the turn or within the encounter?
Within the turn before them.
Very nice.
And I'm going to use one of these because I'm feeling mean.
Yeah, and you're at engaged range, so it's 2 purples difficulty.
Well, right, upgraded, right, or increased.
And I am going to aim because I'm angry.
Man, Bob, good thing we flipped that, but it was the 3rd yellow die that made it.
Nice.
All right. Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Don't shoot the Duro.
That's right.
I can imagine just him unloading his blaster in the guy's face.
How much damage is that?
Still hanging on. That's 10.
Right.
And the triumph.
Would you like to use that for a crit?
I'm going to use the triumph for a crit. Yes.
All right. So you open fire on these guys, right? And you shoot the trooper with the rifle who was trying to, so he just slumps over, and you turn around and spray fire at the piloting stormtrooper, right, at the guy driving the bike, and you just shoot him, and he just collapses over the side of the thing, and he's dead before he falls. So he doesn't even do the Wilhelm scream as he plummets to the ground below. So you have killed both of your troopers right there.
I'll just nonchalantly reach down to grab the control, the throttle, and slip into the seat.
Yeah. And take a little bit of stress for that. So one is, because the guy had you dead to rights with a blaster rifle at point blank. So that was pretty scary.
I'm really
so,
hurting.
Yep. But that leaves the other two troopers in the other bike, and the guy with a blaster rifle on that one is swinging around to aim at Max.
Can I argue for a
So they're
setback
engaged.
because of me pouncing him? If I say boo as an incidental?
I don't know. Let's
Okay.
let me see. Let's see. There's two guys down, so it's one of these and two of these, and you're at engage, so it's 2 purple. Would you like to flip a destiny point to make things harder for him? No, you're gonna take it. And that is 12 points of damage. And there is one threat there. What do you want to use that for?
Strain on the trooper.
Strain on them. Excellent. All right. So he does shoot you because you landed right in front of him. So all he had to do was adjust fire and manages to hit you. The other attacker is the Viper droid, who I said had moved to medium range. And so I think another move range would put him up to close.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
So let's do maneuver. So he closes. And he's going to take a shot at Jaster.
Jeez. Don't like me.
Would you like to flip to make things more difficult here?
Yeah, because he's close, right? So it's 1 die difficulty.
Exactly.
So,
but you do have your defense, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd be 1 red and 1 purple against him. So if I flip,
it'd be 2 red.
It's 2 reds. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's it. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, geez. He still manages to hit you. That is a total of 9 points of damage.
All right. That's 4 more. Jeez. Okay.
And it's up to you guys. We have
so Bob and Max are up.
And Bob.
Right. So
I haven't gone yet. Have I this turn?
Yeah.
No.
Max and Bob.
It's you.
Oh, Max and Bob. I'm sorry. All right. Bob, you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go. My intention is, now that I'm safely on top of the roof, is to somehow get this train moving again. So my intention is to pop the hash, slide down, and let's ride. And I don't know if that talent will allow me to get into the pilot's chair of this thing immediately, but I believe that's the intention of the talent. So I'm just gonna open up the hatch right over where the piloting area is, just jump down. If they're actual people piloting this thing, great. If not, if there's just a set of controls, that's where I want to be. That's my intention, is to get this thing moving.
I think there's a piloting droid, so it's one of those droids that is basically a wheeled platform with a torso sticking out of it, and 4 hands and a set of optical receptors, right? So it's just moving around, and it just drives because the thing is manufactured to work as a human operated machine, right? So it's just a droid that has the arms and the eyes to see and but currently it's not moving, right? So it's just got its hands under control, and it seems to be awaiting orders.
Right. So I'm just kind of jumping in. Manual override. Just kind of slamming the let's go.
Let's go. All right. So why not? Let's just do it. Right. So the droid has ceased function. as instructed to by the authorities, but if you slam it forward, the entire train just goes forward as well. So I think I'm going to allow that, but I'm going to give a setback die to. I know they're both on speeder bikes. It's only Jaster up top, right? So now you just go. The train just.
We're sitting down. Listen, the mission is get the data and get out.
Yep.
That's true.
About the mission.
So it's up to Max.
So Max would like to take a brawl and basically throw the trooper in the sidecar off the bike.
Okay.
If you think that would be reasonable.
Yeah. So it's a difficulty of 2 purples.
Yep.
And I'm going to give 1 setback die because of your relative positions, right? So I think he's better positioned. Or should I make it versus his strength? No, you know what? It's fine. Just do it.
Okay. I'm going to
I think that's a strength anyway. So
So 2 yellow against 2 purple and a setback, and I should be able to aim for a brawl check, right?
Yeah.
So my maneuver will be an aim. Bye-bye.
And that's enough to flip the guy over. And now you hear the Willem scream.
Yeah, so he shoots me, and I take the shot, and I come back, and with my other, so he hits me here, my other hand, and my black, or no, it'd be So anyway, the other hand, I throw him out of the effing thing.
I think he stood up to shoot you, right? Because he wasn't expecting you to be there. So now he's off balance. His center of mass is off. So off he goes.
And mechanically, this will do nothing, but the blaster pistol is now on the driver.
Okay.
And I might have words.
All right. So next up on the initiative score is back to the top of the round. So it's two PCs.
Yeah. If you gents allow me, what I'd like to do is scoop up Ariana and follow Bob into the car to get both of us out of Viper Droid shooting spree
range. Yeah.
Sorry about the inertia thing.
Yeah. So because the thing is in movement again, I think I'm going to ask for another athletics check with 2 purple difficulty. And a setback dice because of the jarring motion of the train, right? As it's just started moving.
All
so
right.
2 purples, 1 black, athletics check.
I'm young, I'm wild and free.
So it does manage.
Got the magic power of the So maybe maybe you do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just saying maybe you flip down to the back platform where the actual door is and you lightsaber it open, right? So it just goes inside and you manage.
Sounds good.
To get inside as the car is moving. So
and she's with him, right?
Yeah, I scooped her up, jumped down. That's nice.
And got inside. So I think the forward motion carries you away from the Viper droid. It's another player character, so I guess it's either Il or Max because there's 1 trooper left. So actually should be Max probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice murderizing Il, by the way.
Yeah, Max was very pleased with the throw him off the bike maneuver. So blaster in that hand, grab, try to yank him off as well.
Okay, so again, we'll do a brawn check versus.
I'm going to aim this one as well.
All right, go for it.
Get off the bike.
Nice.
Did you roll it? Is that it? A success and a strain?
Success and a strain.
Yeah.
Or a threat, I should say. Will that be
all right,
strain?
So I think at this point we can safely assume that combat is most likely over because the speeder bikes can outrun the Viper droid. So we got 2 guys on speeder bikes and we got the train just speeding off. Ariana says, just get us to the ship and we should be fine. And I suppose just to leave things here.
Right. Oh, that's absolutely, that's cool. But like, as she said, just get us to the ship and things should be fine. Like all three eyes just glare at her. You know, I don't say a word.
Every time she says that, something goes wrong.
Yeah, well, not only that, but like literally everything she has done has been nothing but trouble. And now she's assuring me that everything's going to be fine. Just get us to the ship. Like, where did you think I was going, lady? Like, all that is communicated through those three burning eyes. And I'm not smiling.
And of course, this is when the comlink chimes up and, sir, is everything all right? I'm getting readings of increased activity at the spaceport.
No, everything is not all right. We'll be there soon. Make sure the ship is ready to go, and let me know if there's anything. I'll see you soon. Let's get flustered at that point.
Very well, sir. I'll initiate the pre-flight check.
So what I'm imagining, Aloy, is we've got the internal shot with annoyed Bob talking to the droid. I'm imagining we then cut back to an exterior shot, and unintentionally, Il and Max like synchronized skid 180 on the bikes, and then just are now completely, exactly. But totally unintentional. We both did it at the same time, just
from either side of the train, right?
Yep. Roll credits.
Nice.
All right. So it's 10 XP and 10 duty this time, guys.
Nice.
Great.
All right.
Next time, I will be able to share my 4C power with another person.
Nice.
And we should call this episode "Throw Bob from the Train."
I was going to call it "Tipping Cows," but that's a good one too.
That's great. That's great.
Excellent.
Bob, Max, and Bob's friend Jaster.
All right, guys. That was lots of fun.
It was awesome.